Hello, today I will be explaining how to create these two terrain pieces that I've showcased. Yeah, let's get started. Before I do any actual building, I would like to say these two were made pretty much entirely with two plugins. One of them is Fastest Sync World Edit, and the other one is Archeon, made by the amazing Arcaniacs. I would highly suggest you check him out on his Patreon. And if you'd like to get Archeon, you would need to pay him basically, and support him, which I believe is 100% worth it. But you can check it out. It has many more features that I didn't even use here. I'm not going to show how I made this one because this is not my actual design. Someone else on YouTube already made this or something similar to it with sort of the same commands, and I hope you guys will be able to reverse engineer this as well after I'm done with these two. So yeah, I'm gonna start with this one because for me at least it was a little bit harder. Apologies, I'm sick. Okay, I'm gonna be using the TerraGen command for both of these. That is what I use to get the basic massive structure on these, which are scaled down version of these little pools. So yeah. Go ahead and mark a region. I'm using a world at a GUI just so I can see better where I'm working. And we're going to use the Euclidean option with, let's just say 41 for now, called blocks, height 100, and 1 zoom. Alright. Yeah, with these big commands, it's gonna take a little bit for it to load up every time, but that's fine. Now, I'm going to move my selection up here, if I could get on it. Okay, so now I just have this whole area selected. TerraGen is really cool, by the way. I'm going to be using it more here for the sand dunes. Feel free to play around. It is amazing. I have a very rudimentary understanding of it. So what I want to do right now is only select the areas inside here to create the pools. And for that I'm going to use an angle mask, the G mask from 0 degrees to, let's say, 45. I'm going to replace the gold blocks with stone for now. Nice. Let's see. Did everything? Yeah, okay. This is interchangeable, by the way. If you wanna create some waterfalls between these two, or every one of them, you can. I currently haven't found a way to do it with only commands, so we'll stay with this for now. Now, what this has done is it has basically, let me change it, replace 41 with glass for now, so we can see inside. It has changed basically the entire column, and I don't want that. I want it to be only this top surface layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do place, turn off Gmask. I'm replacing everything that's below glass with stone, so it's not hollow anymore. Now I think what I'm gonna do now is replace everything that's touching the glass around here with moss blocks. So replace everything that's touching glass with moss block. Ooh, that's not right. Let me Gmask gold blocks first. So now it only cares about the gold. Now we have this nice little ridge around everything, and I can replace everything above it to be grass or something later, or flowers or whatever. Now I will replace. I'm going to Gmask everything that's touching gold. I want to create basically a little ridge here and delete everything that's here and the glass. So what I'm gonna do that is everything that's touching the gold blocks, because these stones are touching them, and I'm gonna replace everything that's touching the glass with a redstone block. Okay. Not quite sure how that happened. Okay, we'll do something else. I'm gonna replace the glass with 0. And now Gmask everything that's touching air and replace. I'm gonna Gmask stone. Replace everything that's touching gold blocks with redstone block. That should work. Okay. Nice. Now, these are still massive columns of stone, so if I replace them with water now, it's just gonna look bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace everything that's below stone with mud. Actually, let's do a simplex. 5 of mud and cobbled deep slate. Okay, can't see it because it's still below the stone, but you see it has changed. Now, let's Gmask and replace stone with water. There we go. And you see below the Gmask actually going through, which is really nice. This is a better example of Gmask right here. Basically creates these blobs. And we're going to get to this noise pattern in a second. Before that, I'm going to place everything that's above. Let's Gmask air first so it doesn't mess up anything. Place everything that's above moss blocks as either grass or fern. So there's little ridge here of vegetation. For the vines around this whole area, I'm going to use the Voronoi command again, this mask. It creates these spider webs. It's basically a noise function. Don't ask me how it works, I don't know. I'm not very smart, but yeah, it creates these things, and that's how I made these. You see the spider web pattern. So I'm gonna gmask everything that's touching the gold blocks. I'm gonna replace 0 with 4, just for annoy. Let's say 7. It's either gonna be 0 and 18. Okay, nice. I'm gonna turn it a little bit down because that's a bit too much, or it's too thick in places and too thin in others. Okay. This basically changes the size of this noise, or the zoom in, I guess, and 0 and 18 is just air and leaves. To make them a little bit thicker, I'm going to gmask everything that's touching these leaves, so everything around them, and I'm going to replace air with either 8 more leaves, or actually let's do flowering azalea, which is what I did. Flowering azalea leaves or 0. Okay, so they just bumped them up a little bit, just make them a little bit more thick. I'm gonna gmask replace the leaves with leaves and azalea leaves. It's just brighter, and replace the flowering azalea with flowering azalea leaves and just normal azalea leaves. So it's not so much flowers. What now? Now I can pretty much get on to painting it. I'm going to highlight these sort of top areas with, what did I use here? Oak, right? Yeah. Either stripped oak wood and oak planks. I'm just gonna use stripped oak for now. So gmask everything that's touching moss, just to get these ridges. It's gonna swoop down sometimes. And then place 41. Nice. Okay, sometimes it gets a little weird, but that's okay. Next, I'm gonna use the exact same thing, just everything that's, instead of moss blocks, everything that's touching these stripped with oak log. Ooh. Stripped oak log. Should have been wood. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go one layer down as well, and do, instead of just another layer of packed mud or something like that, I'm going to use both packed mud and gold, so it's sort of trickling down. Gave another little layer for that. Now I can remove the gmask and then replace the gold with another 4 function. 4. This time it'll be terracotta and granite. Nice. It's a bit too much granite, so let's reverse them. Replace granite 41, replace terracotta 57, and now replace 57 with granite, Very nice. Now I can replace this block of redstone, this little ridge that I put around the edges. It's gonna be alright. And to add a little bit more vegetation, let's gmask everything that's above coarse dirt. Okay. For the flowers, let's just load everything here. What's that? Okay. Now I'm going to, for the flowers, mask everything that is in contact with flowering azalea. Place 0 with lilac. There you have it. I can dull out the lilac a little bit. Thin it out, I guess. And that's it. If you want more or less flowers, I think at this point it would be smart to go by hand and paste a few, or use a brush to only select these and change it up. But this is it. This is the swamp. I'm not sure how these form, but hey, it's there. Yeah, I have no idea. But this is kind of cool. You can go and touch it up by hand. You can put all sorts of building. You can just use it as a backdrop or something. There you go. Now for this one. Let me make another selection. Okay. I'm gonna do 2 Terrigen commands. I'm gonna run 2 of them. One for these, the gray structure, and one for the sand dunes. And I'm gonna use 2 of these types, I guess. So first of all, I'm gonna use the Euclidean one, just as I used there. With 41 again. Let's do height 80. And then the zoom will be 0.5. There I used zoom 1. This one is gonna be 0.5. I think I still have a Gmask. There we go. Okay, now this is just really cool. I don't know, you can use this for cities and then make each of these building. All sorts of things you can use this for. Now I'm going to create the sand. For that I'm going to use the billowy one here with 57, say height 70, and the zoom is going to be pretty high. Okay, it's a bit too low. You can customize this, of course. You can make it as low as you want or as high as you want. Still a bit too low for me. Let's change the zoom level. really? It's still there. Do 120. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Sometimes it takes a little finagling with it. Now, just as a precaution for coloring it and everything, I'm going to move these down just a little bit, because you see this what is going to be sand and what is going to be stone just directly meet. And for that, I'm going to use the below command. Everything that's below 41, just replace it with more gold. I'm going to do this a couple of times, so now it goes beneath it as well, so we don't have any problems. Alright, so let's get to painting. For the I'm going to do the gold first. So I'm going to use another angle brush. There we go. Sometimes it just does not work. When in doubt, spam the command. Let me make another little selection here. Really? Oh, it doesn't want that. Okay. Guess it's gonna stay as a stone then. That's fine. Okay. I'm going to use a pre-made palette that I used for this one as well, which is these. And I'm going to use this command a little bit later. So again, everything that's touching the moss blocks, go to place 41, the andesite. Ooh, that's right, it's still a column, so everything that's below moss block, I'm going to make it redstone. Now it's just this top layer. What I did here is basically everything that touches moss, make it andesite, and everything that touches andesite, make it more andesite, just to lower it a little bit down. With the same G-mask of touching andesite, I'm going to replace 41 with tough, and I'm basically just going to do this a bunch more times, going every time between one of these blocks. Okay. Again, not quite sure why this happens. Some chunks it just does not want to work in. Pretty sure this is only the problem with the server I'm in. Yeah. I don't know why this happens. It's quite unfortunate. But it's okay. It's not gonna turn out perfect every time. So, next I'm going to disable Gmask, or actually do it as air, and just replace everything that's above moss with grass. So now we have this little layer. This doesn't have to be grass or anything. This can also be sand. This can be grass. It really doesn't matter. You can mix and match however you want. Now, with the same Gmask of air, I'm going to replace everything that's above andesite with a simplex of andesite and andesite slabs. Nice. That creates that little ridge. Here I actually left some of it as air and made it stone, but whatever. You can add to the simplex. Actually, let me do that. You can add air to the simplex, so it's like this. It doesn't matter, it just adds a little bit of a thing on top of it. You can also go the other way, and instead of above andesite, you can replace... Actually, Gmask everything touching moss, and then replace the andesite with that. That did not turn out the way I wanted to. That's fine. Let me do the Gmask air again, and then turn it back. Okay. What I wanted to say is that you can maybe have the slabs going inwards instead of out. But, yeah, an idea for another time. Maybe I'll figure out a way to do it and put it in the comments. Let's start texturing the sand. With the selection Gmask, base 57 with sand. And now, I'm going to use this command. I cannot, for the life of me, remember who made it. Definitely not me. But yeah, it is a very great tool. The guy who made it, I'm pretty sure, did it on, or I got it through at least a server that was 1.12 at the time. At the time, sorry, and it still works now. So, you know, I don't know what that's about. So we're placing all of this, which I don't know what this is, with smooth sandstone slab, and it just does this. It smooths out the whole area, which I don't know, I really like the look of. Now I'm going to... I should have done this before. That's okay. I'll do one by one with each of these blocks. I'm going to Gmask everything that is touching... Actually, I can do it in my command. Everything that is touching smooth basalt. So this is just a Gmask for everything that touches these. Actually no, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to do it one at a time, unfortunately, but it's okay. So I'll replace everything that is touching the smooth basalt with, what was it, oak, stripped oak. Yeah, just to add this little layer. It doesn't seem I have to do it everywhere. Yeah, it's fine. Usually what you're gonna want to do is begin with the sand and replace everything that's touching gold. So everything here, and replace the sand with this, but it's okay. I'm going to mask everything that is in contact with stripped oak wood. Okay. So just replace the slabs that are also touching it with birch. I think I'm going to add another layer. Strip birch wood, okay. Okay, just ran the same two commands again, replacing slab of everything that's touching stripped birch with more stripped birch, and replacing the smooth sandstone with the birch slabs. So now we have this nice little border. I don't know, I really like it. Adds a bit of interest to the sand dunes. So, for the leaves that are here, that I really liked, you don't have to do this obviously. I'm going to G-mask everything that is in contact with stripped oak. Let's just replace it with 57 for now. Okay, so it just it only cares about these little areas where stripped oak is showing, which is not everywhere, which I think is kind of cool. It looks more natural that way. Doesn't perfectly wrap around everything. And now I'm G-masking, similar to what I did with the vines there. I'm G-masking everything touching diamond. And just poofing it up a little bit. We do it one more time. Very nice. Oh, there's a little guy here. Cool. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know how to get rid of that. It's annoying. And now, G-mask and replace 57 with azalea leaves. And that's pretty much it. I will put this command in the description, just so you don't have to manually copy it over. Really suggest going and visiting Arcaniax's Patreon. I will also put that in the description. This is amazing. This is all him, basically. All of these Terragen commands, these noise functions. It's absolutely great. He's amazing. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if anyone can figure out now with all I've shown. Okay, that's a nice error. Sorry, using distant horizons. Let me know if anyone can figure out how to do this. It is pretty simple compared to these. But yeah. So thank you for watching. And let me know if you want anything else. Bye.